ISO 7010 is an international standard for safety symbols used on safety signs. These symbols are designed to be universally recognizable and ensure that safety information is communicated effectively. ISO 7010 symbols are classified into 5 categories: prohibition, emergency, warning, fire safety, and mandatory. Each category serves a distinct purpose to ensure safety and compliance in various environments. Prohibition symbols indicate actions or behaviors that are not allowed. They're like rules in a visual form. The purpose is to prevent dangerous or unauthorized activities that could lead to accidents or hazards. By following these signs, we can prevent dangerous situations and accidents. How do we recognize them? You can easily spot a prohibition symbol because they all have a red circle with a diagonal line going through it. This design is pretty clear. It means no or stop. The red color catches our attention and warns us that we need to pay attention to what the sign is telling us. Now, let's have a question and answer session. I will show you various prohibition symbols, and let's see if you can identify them correctly. Here's the first one. This image is an do not touch, electric hazard symbol. This symbol tells us that touching or interacting with electrical equipment can be very dangerous. It's a warning to avoid contact with electrical components or machinery. Next. This symbol is a do not touch, hot surface. This symbol is a reminder to be cautious and avoid touching anything that could burn us. Next. It's no liquid near plug. This symbol tells us not to put any liquids near electrical plugs or outlets. It's a warning to avoid accidents like electric shocks or short circuits that can happen if water comes into contact with electricity. Next. It is a no spitting symbol. This symbol is a reminder that spitting is not permitted in the area where this sign is posted. It's there to help keep the environment clean and hygienic. The second category is warning symbols. These symbols alert people to potential hazards or dangerous conditions. The main purpose of warning symbols is to make us aware of potential risks. They act as friendly reminders to be cautious and follow safety procedures to avoid accidents. How do we recognize them? Warning symbols are usually a yellow triangle with a black border. The yellow color is bright and catches our attention, while the black border makes the symbol stand out. The triangle shape is universally recognized as a warning sign, and it's easy to spot from a distance. Once again, I will show you various warning symbols, and let's see if you can identify them correctly. Here is the first one. This symbol is a general warning symbol. This symbol is used to warn us about general hazards that could be dangerous but aren't specific to one type of risk. Next. This symbol is a radioactive hazard symbol. This symbol is used to warn us about radioactive hazards, areas or materials that could be dangerous because they emit radiation. Next. It's a biological hazard symbol. This symbol is used to alert us to biological hazards, which can include harmful bacteria, viruses, or other microorganisms that might cause health issues. Next is this. It's a warning for hot surfaces. This symbol is used to alert us about surfaces that are hot and can cause burns or injuries if touched. The third category is mandatory symbols. Mandatory symbols are used to indicate specific actions or behaviors that we need to follow to ensure safety and prevent accidents. The main goal of mandatory symbols is to ensure that everyone follows certain safety measures. How do we recognize them? Mandatory symbols are typically displayed in a blue circle with a white pictogram. The blue color and circle shape make these symbols stand out and clearly show that following these actions is required. The white pictogram inside the blue circle represents the specific action or behavior that must be followed. It's designed to be easy to understand immediately. Let's see if you can identify the following mandatory symbol. Here is the first one. It is eye protection required symbol. This symbol is a clear instruction that eye protection is mandatory in the area where this symbol is displayed. It helps protect your eyes from potential hazards like flying debris, chemicals, or bright lights. Next. It is hard hat required symbol. This symbol means that you must wear a hard hat in the designated area or when performing certain tasks. It's essential for protecting your head from potential impacts or falling objects. Next. It is a wear safety gloves symbol. This symbol indicates that you must wear safety gloves in the area or when doing certain activities. Gloves are crucial for protecting your hands from injury such as cuts, abrasions, or exposure to hazardous substances. Here is the last example of mandatory symbols. It is a wear face shield symbol. This symbol means that you must wear a face shield in the area or when performing certain activities. Face shields protect your face from potential hazards like flying debris, splashes, or bright lights. The fourth category is emergency symbols. Emergency symbols are used to provide important information about emergency exits, emergency equipment, or actions to take in case of an emergency. The main goal of emergency symbols is to guide people to safety or provide access to emergency resources. They help us quickly find exits, safety equipment, or assistance when we need it most. How do we recognize them? Emergency symbols are usually shown in a green rectangle or square with a white pictogram. The green color is associated with safety and indicates that the symbol is guiding you to something important for emergency situations. The white pictogram inside the green shape represents specific emergency instructions or equipment, making it easy to identify what you need to do or where to go. Here is an example of emergency symbols. This is a symbol for door slides. This symbol indicates that the door slides to the right to open. It provides clear instructions on how to use the door in case of an emergency, ensuring that you can exit quickly and safely. Next. It is an emergency exit symbol. This symbol indicates the location of an emergency exit. It's there to guide you quickly to a safe exit route in case of an emergency. Next. It is an emergency stop button. This symbol shows where the emergency stop button is located. Pressing this button immediately stops the machinery or equipment, which can prevent or minimize harm during an emergency. Next. It is an emergency escape breathing device. This symbol guides you to the nearest emergency escape breathing device. This device allows you to breathe clean air when escaping from areas where the air is contaminated or filled with smoke. The fifth category is fire safety symbol. Fire safety symbols are used to indicate the location of firefighting equipment or fire alarms. They help you quickly find the tools you need to deal with a fire or to alert others about a fire. The purpose of these symbols help you quickly identify where to find firefighting equipment or fire alarms. They ensure that you can access and use these tools effectively if a fire occurs. How do we recognize them? Fire safety symbols are typically shown in a red rectangle or square with a white pictogram. The red color signifies urgency and alertness, which is crucial for fire safety. The red shape and white pictogram are designed to stand out and be easily recognizable. The pictogram clearly shows what type of fire safety equipment or alarm is present. Here are some examples of fire safety symbols. This is a fire alarm emergency button. This symbol shows where you can find the fire alarm emergency button. Pressing this button sends an alarm throughout the building, notifying everyone of a fire and triggering emergency protocols. Next. This symbol is a fire extinguisher symbol. This symbol directs you to the nearest fire extinguisher. Knowing where the fire extinguishers are located allows you to act quickly if a fire breaks out. Next. This is fire hose symbol. This symbol shows where you can find a fire hose. Knowing its location allows you to access the hose quickly in case of a fire emergency. Last example. The letters on this symbol are an abbreviation for Fire Alarm Control Panel. This symbol shows where the fire alarm control panel is located. The FACP is used to monitor the fire alarm system, manage alarm settings, and respond to fire emergencies. Now, let's discuss the importance of ISO 7010 safety symbols. First is universal understanding. Symbols are designed to be understood regardless of language barriers. This is important in places where people from different countries and backgrounds might work or visit. Imagine if you're in a place where signs are in a language you don't know. Universal safety symbols help everyone understand the important safety messages, even if they don't speak the local language. Next is to improve safety. Clear and consistent symbols help prevent accidents by providing immediate understanding of hazards and required actions. When you see a safety symbol, it provides you with an instant message about what you need to be aware of. For example, a symbol for "no smoking" tells you right away that smoking is not allowed in that area. Last, but certainly not least, is compliance. Using standardized symbols helps organizations comply with international safety regulations. In addition to symbols, we now also use text, and sometimes text with symbols. Combining text with symbols on safety signs ensures clear communication, provides specific instructions, and reduces ambiguity, leading to better understanding and enhanced safety. This is also helpful if the worker or student cannot recognize the symbol. Using text will provide additional clarity. Let's check if you can answer the following. You just must identify the correct category of ISO 7010 safety symbols based on the description provided and choose the best answer from the options given. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time. Number 1. This type of symbol indicates actions or behaviors that are not allowed. It is represented by a red circle with a diagonal line through it. Is it A. Warning symbols, B. Prohibition symbols, C. Emergency symbols, or D. Fire safety symbols? The answer is D. Prohibition symbols. Number 2. These symbols alert people to potential hazards or dangerous conditions and are represented by a yellow triangle with a black border. Is it A. Fire safety symbols, B. Mandatory symbols, C. Warning symbols, or D. Prohibition symbols? The correct answer is C. Warning symbols. Number 3. These symbols alert people to potential hazards or dangerous conditions and are represented by a yellow triangle with a black border. Is it A. Emergency symbols, B. Mandatory symbols, C. Prohibition symbols, D. Warning symbols? The answer is B. Mandatory symbols. Number 4. This category of symbols provides information on emergency exits, equipment, or actions, typically shown as a green rectangle or square with a white pictogram. Is it A. Warning symbols, B. Fire safety symbols, C. Emergency symbols, or D. Mandatory symbols? The correct answer is C. Emergency symbols. Last description. These symbols indicate the location of firefighting equipment or fire alarms and are represented by a red rectangle or square with a white pictogram. Is it A. Emergency symbols, B. Warning symbols, C. Prohibition symbols, or D. Fire safety symbols? The correct answer is D. Fire safety symbols. I hope you learned something from this video lesson. Let me conclude with a simple reminder. Remember, understanding ISO 7010 safety symbols is crucial for ensuring a safe environment. These universally recognizable symbols help communicate important safety information, prevent accidents, and comply with international safety regulations. By familiarizing yourself with these symbols, you contribute to a safer and more aware community. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.